Well, today is the 100th episode of the Ritornu Gloria with S. Sebastia. I didn't think it would take me this long to get to where we were, to be honest with you. The fact that we're challenging for top 4 in Ligue 1 perennially is a good surprise. Part of me is a little bit mad we're not doing a little bit better against the PSGs and Lyons of the world, but beggars can't be choosers. As happenstance would have it, it's the end of the January transfer window, and we're playing PSG in the Coupe League today. Plus, I thought we might do a review of what's been happening in-universe, in-game. My name's FM19, and this is the Ritornu Gloria with S. Sebastia, episode 100. Well, I was wrong by 2 days. The transfer window hasn't closed yet. I don't think we're going to be making any more moves, though. There's nobody out there I see that I'm willing to spend money for to bring in that's going to improve the team that much. As you can see, we're over here on the left side because there were a couple of outs. Most of them were expected, with the exception of Ryan Sessegnon. Anyhow, Strahina Jovanovic was unhappy with the amount of playing time he had. He asked to be put out for transfer. I said sure. He went to Newcastle for $9.5 million. Seeing as how I brought him in for $9.5 million, it's not technically a wash because of the salary and everything I paid him, but I didn't lose any money on him transfer window wise. Sessegnon I did lose money on. He'd gone downhill. He's 2.5 star current, 2.5 star potential. Now he's 30 years old. Well, he'll be 30 years old before the end of this year. He's just not the player he was. He was doing an adequate job for us at defensive left back, but then Man United made an unsolicited offer for him. He jumped all over it, and I was really kind of miffed by it because he was a team leader. He was top of the hierarchy. He was well liked in the club. I never had any issues with him, except this year when he hurt his ankle. I think he was out for a little while. So we did lose a little bit of money on this. We brought him in for 22.5. We sold him for 14.75. Nicholas Mausberger, Real Hispalis offered to pay 100% of his salary, and he was getting playing time, but he wasn't getting a lot of playing time, and so I said sure. And then Juan Diego Bueno Prieto, I was at my wit's end with him. He just, for a guy who's 3-star current, 3-star potential ability, he was just making too many stupid mistakes for me to keep him. Plus, I got someone who's younger and better in already. Went to OGC Nice for $12.5 million, going up to 15.25 based on appearances. We definitely, the money we lost on Sessegnon, we made up with Bueno Prieto. And that is it for the outs. On the ins, let me go by date here. Yannick Koulibaly, the first one in. I actually signed him earlier in the season. 19-year-old Ivorian, defensive center back, 2-star current ability, 3-star potential ability. He's here for depth for the reserves in the under-19s mostly. I got him because he's a pure ball-playing defender. He looks for the pass rather than attempting to score and knocks the balls past his opponent. He does try to play his way out of trouble, but I don't think I'm too worried about that. 6'1", 180 pounds, decent physicals. The mentals are okay. They're nothing spectacular, but they're nothing to be too worried about, I believe. The technicals, they're not bad, actually. 12 first touch, 10 heading, 14 marking, 11 passing, 15 tackling, 9 technique. He's a prospect. There's a chance he could get some starts on the first team in cup games and stuff like that. But like I said, I brought him in for backup on the reserves on our 19s more than anything else. Martin Zimmerman, with Sessegnon leaving, I left Florent Robert as my only defensive left back, and I needed someone who could play there really well. And Martin Zimmerman, Hertha BSC had him on loan, and they're second or third in the Bundesliga this year. It was something completely unexpected, but they had him on loan. We're only paying about 60% of his salary. 2-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability. He will definitely switch places with Florent. He will definitely get some starts. He will definitely be coming off the bench. He's very solid defensive left back. Will only get better as he gets older. And frankly, if I didn't have Florent on my team already, I'd probably be going after this guy. And this is the steal of transfer window for me. I found this guy last season. One of my scouts found him. Alexander Valencia, Colombian, 18 years old, already captained the under-20 level for Colombia, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, central defender, defensive center back. He is this good already. Acceleration, when your lowest physical skill is a 12 and that's your stamina and jumping range, you don't really have a lot to worry about, especially when you know those are going to get better. His mentals, they're really nice. I love the 16 bravery, the 16 decision making, the 14 positioning is nice. Everything else will definitely get better with some training. 14 heading, 13 marking, 15 tackling already. Decent technique. Okay on long throws, okay on crossing. He's 2.5 star current ability now. He will definitely be 3, maybe 3.5 stars by the end of the season. That's because Bernard twisted his ankle and he's out for 6 months. So he is going right into the starting lineup. I was going to put him on the reserve squad and get him games in the French Cup and the Coupe League and bring him off the bench every once in a while. But with Bernard being out for 6 months, 6 weeks rather, he's going to get thrown to the fire pretty quickly. The fact that he's this good already, I think, isn't going to be a step down from us, especially if I compare him to Bueno Prieto, who just left and who is 7 years older than him. He's already been mentally in Air Elite. He's only a little bit behind him from a defensive, physical, speed, vision, attacking point of view. We're not losing a lot. And then with Sessegnon leaving as well, he got some time at the advanced midfielder on the left, but I needed someone else to back up Ruiz. Adama Traore was on Atletico Madrid's B team. 23 years old, Malian. 2.5 star current ability, 3 star potential ability, nice physicals, except he's for the jumping range. But he's a winger. He's a 5'10" winger with 13 heading, but the 4 jumping range, doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But he knocks the ball past the opponent. He doesn't dive into tackles. He runs with the ball often. His physicals are nice. His mentals are nice, except the 1 bravery, and that could be a bit of a bummer because my wingers tend to get a lot more involved, just because of the style we play. However, his dribbling, first touch, finishing, long shots, passing, and technique, they're not too bad. His crossing is also nice. His corners are nice. So he's here as a rotation player and a backup. Well, he's on a backup contract. He'll be a rotation player. He and Ruiz will be swapping out more often than not. And that is pretty much it. If I go to our depth, and I constantly click the wrong one. Here we go. So we got Kaplan, Pichon, and, it's Valet, but they say Macon's a 3-star ability striker, and he is a 3-star ability striker. He's also a 3-star ability winger, and he's getting better there. Tomasi's backing up Macon on the right, Ruiz and Traore on the left. My midfielders are solid. Lemos, Gravenberch, Mateo, Tomasi, a couple of others. Defensive left backs, a bit weak. Florent Roberts going to get better. But the center of the field is solid, the right of the field is solid, and Orlov in goal is he's the new Great Wall. So we're doing okay there. League-wise, what did we play last? Was it Saint Etienne or was it Dijon? I believe it was Dijon. No, it was... We lost to Caen, and then we were away at Saint Etienne. So we were away at Dijon, and we won 4-1. Pichon a brace of goals, Kaplan a goal, Florent Robert a goal in extra time. We were then home against Nimes, and this was a pain. We drew with them. And then, of course, 10 days later, we played them in the French Cup 9th round. This game went to extra time. And it went to penalty kicks, actually. Sissoko scored for Nimes in the 97th minute. Lemos equalized in the 106th minute. And then we won the penalty shootout 6-5. This was a game that we probably should have had in hand, except we had so many freaking long shots. We had 34 shots, 8 on target, 16 off target. We had 14 long shots. I mean, just look at those. And we should have put this game away in the first half. We did have a goal called back because of offsides, and it was close, but yeah, you could have seen where the guy was offsides. Then we squeaked by in the French Cup 9th round. We're playing Concarneau next. I'd probably play it offline. They're a national team. And then we were home against Nantes. In the Coupe League quarterfinal, we won that game 2-0 thanks to goals by Pichon and Gravenberch. We were then home against Guingamp, and we beat them thanks to late goals by Adama Traore and Mario Tomasi. This was Traore's first game, and he scored. Today, we're playing PSG, and they just came off a draw with Nantes. So... if we beat them, we're in the Coupe League final, which will be nice. It'll be our first chance at some sort of silverware, other than when we won the National 2 and so on. So I'm going to check the best 11, set the reserves, and we're going to come back with our match against PSG in just a bit. Well, the game wouldn't even get past the loading screen last time. It errored out. I'm not quite sure why. I don't think it's a graphics issue, but just in case, we're going to turn off the highlights, because that's where it usually fails. Anyhow, this is the team we're playing today. Orlov in goal. Robert, Ivanov, Moreno, and Flores is the defensive back four. Lemos is the midfielder with Gravenberch on his right. Ruiz and Macon as the attacking midfielders. Kaplan and Pichon up top as the strikers. And the only person on their team who is not a starter is Diawara, which means Becker's probably just coming off an injury. This is the fifth year in a row we've made it to the Coupe League semifinal. I want to say three times we got beat by PSG, one time we got beat by Lyon. Ormus with the ball, up to Zabrowski. Cuts inside, crosses right, out to Lesovoy. Robert totally misplayed that. Lesovoy crossing in, Zabrowski was right there. Guys. Concentrate. Ivanov knocks it down. Kaplan gets it. Runs forward. Over to Macon. Takes this. Oh! What a shot. That was near post. In between. There couldn't have been that much space, but wow. Okay, I told them to concentrate. They got overwhelmed. Mbappe. Pichon knocks it away. Pinto, top the box. Lost in the crowd. It goes through for the goal. Nuts. Half hour in, 4 shots, 1 on target for us. Orlov, nice save off the errant throw-in. Robert Kaplan on the throw-in. Over to Gravenberch. To Lemos. To Gravenberch. Dispossessed by Olivier. Some guys. Oh, Pinto almost loses it. Runs it down. Pereira has it. Up to Olivier. Back to Lesovoy. To Zabrowski. Takes the shot. Skies the rebound over the crossbar. Mbappe with the ball. Cuts left, cuts right, tries tapping Orlov, but wasn't hit hard enough to go over his head, apparently. Flores on the throw-in to Gravenberch. Crosses it in. Hussein is there, but it's just wide right. That should be the last action of the first half. 7 shots, 3 on target for us. 10 shots, 5 on target for PSG. They have a decided possession advantage. Oh, guys, come on. We need to pick it up. Well, we're getting stuck in. We're pressing a little tighter. Okay, Macon with a kick in. Skies it over the crossbar. We're going to make a couple changes here. Zimmerman is going to come on for Robert. Mateo's going to come on for Tomasi and going to switch spots with Lemos. Give it about another 15 minutes to see what happens. Pinto. Ormus cuts across the box, takes the shot. Orlov pushes it wide. Mbappe to Lesovoy. And Lesovoy totally misplays that. Orlov's ball launched forward. Ormus, nice first touch. Bedoya. Back to Diawara. Up in the crowd towards Lesovoy. Zimmerman knocks it down. Can Kaplan get there? He can. Back to Ruiz. Back to Zimmerman, who launches it towards Pichon, but that was ill-advised. Ormus is going off. He's already on a yellow. Yes, we have a chance. Holy cow, do we have a chance. Lemos. Oh, Diawara stops it. Kaplan can't get the follow-on shot, but it should be a corner kick to us. Macon. Kaplan. Oh, Diawara. Nice stop. Zimmerman with the ball. Runs it forward. Dispossessed, but Mateo's there. Lemos. Out to Macon. To Lemos. Out to Flores. All alone on the right. He crosses in. Kaplan's there, and he skies it over the crossbar. Oh, and Ivanov foul Vukanovic straight. Oh, man. We're going to get Lemos off. We're going to bring on Valencia. Move Valencia back to defensive back. Put Mateo in the center. Son of a gun. We had our chance, we freaking threw it off on a straight red. Mbappe centers it in, knocked away, out of bounds. Well, that hit the flagpole. That was cool. We lost. That's not cool. Jeez. Zabrowski in the 15th minute, Pinto in the 26th minute, Macon on the 19th minute. 19 shots, 9 on target. They're 16 and 8. They had a possession advantage. Just, oh my God. Ivanov, you're getting a 2-game fine. Jeez. Received $1.56 million for the loss. Coupe League semifinal. We lost this year to PSG. We lost last year to Lyon. We lost, the year before that to... No, we made it. Okay. We made it there too. I must have been looking at the wrong thing. Have we played in the finals? Maybe we haven't. I just haven't realized it. Yeah, that's the year Monaco beat us. Edged out in a tight contest. Oh, yeah, I did. I saw that. Oh, dude. 2-week salary confirmed. Darn right you accept that. I'm going to do the post-match conference here, and then we are going to come back with a review of what's been happening else in the rest of the world. Or at least the leagues I've loaded. Back in a bit. Tight race in the Premier League this year between City and United. However, if we look at the history, it's been pretty much Liverpool or Man City, which you kind of sort of expect. Who's coaching Liverpool now? Leonardo Jardim. Kieran Tierney's the captain. Trent Alexander-Arnold's still there. In the Premier League. No surprises, really. Blackburn's back. Brentford is up. Brighton's there. I'm not seeing Crystal Palace. I'm not really surprised by this either. Go down to the Championship real quick. Hey, there they are. In 4th. Cardiff's down there. Middlesbrough's down there. Any big surprises? Peterborough made it up to the Championship. That's kind of cool. You know what? Let me check something out here with Palace. There is nobody on this team I recognize. I've got a regen for a coach. And let's see here. They've been bouncing back and forth for a long, long time. They won the championship in 2027-28, then they were relegated again in 28-29. Fun times. Checking out the Bundesliga, it's been all Bayern, with the exception of the 1 year Bayer won it. However, Hertha snuck up into 2nd. Let's see. We'll go back a couple years. Yeah, Hertha was 8th the year before. FC St. Pauli came up. So did Holstein Kiel. Oh, Hertha's been really good. I just never really... I really don't scout Germany all that. I don't scout the teams all that much. I send a couple scouts there, and they'll find me some youth prospects or some other players that get noticed by... or that I notice by agent referrals or something like that. Kaiserslautern came up, and then they went right back down. Cologne came up, went right back down. Yeah, BVB's been up there as well. Let's check out Serie A here. A little bit more diversity here in the winners. Lazio won it last year. They're throwing Juve. Napoli won it 3 out of 4 years with Inter in between. And then Juve. I wonder if this is the year Ronaldo retired. Any surprises here? Roma's back up. Brescia. It's not bad. You know what? Let's go to the stages. Take a look at last year. Kind of the teams you would expect to see, but maybe not the places you would expect to see them. Palermo being in 4th is a surprise. Entella being up is pretty cool. Are they a Serie... Isn't Entella a Serie C team right now? Yeah, they're a Serie C team. Good on them. Any real surprises here? Sampdoria almost getting relegated. Torino down there. Torino. Where's Torino at this year? They're 14th. That's not too bad. Check out this La Liga, but it's the Spanish 1st Division here. Well, Barcelona, Madrid. 2 weeks ago, 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 2 weeks a Does anybody come close to dethroning either one of those two? Atletico failed by 2 points last year. Real failed by a point last year. Wow, that's a really 3 points for the 3 points separating the top 2 points separating the top 3 places. That's not bad. Well, Madrid breaking 100 points. Holy cow, Barcelona did not lose a game in 25-26. I have to remember that year. Spain's pretty competitive. It doesn't bode well because that's where I'm going for FM20 next. Got my team all picked out and everything. We'll check out Portugal too because we've got a decent amount of youngsters from there. I know it's not the Portuguese Premier League, but that's what we're going with. Sporting, Benfica, and Porto. And it's been Porto or Benfica since the beginning of the game. World Cup is coming up this year. Switzerland won it last time. Actually, yeah, they won it last time. They won it in 2026, which frankly was a surprise. They beat Germany. Brazil placed third. France won it in 2022, beating Germany. Spain placed third. On the European Championship, it's been... Well, Portugal beat Switzerland, France beat Germany, and Spain beat Portugal. Kasper Dolberg won the Golden Boot. Brian Roches won it the year before. Goebbels came in second. Harry Kane, Griezmann coming in second. Player of the Year, Mbappe, Theodoros Gamaleos for Real Madrid. Yeah, he's a really good striker. Greek, that's interesting. Juan Pablo Soler, who was on PSG and left. Goebbels won it in 2026. That's pretty cool. I had him in my Palace save. He's a really good forward. Where's he at now? Is he still at Real Madrid? Yeah, Galemelos. Wow. Chiesa won it in 24. Mbappe. Neymar won it up in 22. Then Mbappe. Cristiano retired. Messi retired. They both didn't do anything after that. Sometimes they go into coaching. I think they both tried to be coaches and no one picked them up, so they just retired out of the game altogether. I'm probably missing something, but if there's something you want me to check out, let me know. I'm more than happy to do it. 100 episodes. That's a good run for a series. We're on a pretty good run ourselves. I wish our Coupe League run was a little bit better. I think what we're going to do... Oh, we're playing Schalke in the Champions Cup first knockout round. So I think what we're going to do is come back for Schalke Angers and then Schalke Toulouse. So that'll be next. We're not going to play Concarneau. Like I said, they're a national team. They're if they beat us, they totally deserve to, but we shouldn't have any issues with them. The only thing I'm really worried about is we're playing Marseille 4 days after them, and Marseille's in 5th place right now. So, league-wise, we are currently 4th place, 45 points, 4 points behind Monaco. Lyon and PSG are fighting it out, but PSG has 2 games in hand, so I don't expect that to last. Pichon and Kaplan each have 14 goals, which is absolutely brilliant. I wanted a combined total of 30 from them this season. It looks like they may get 40. Kaplan leads us to 7.28. Macon, 8 assists. Fletchik, the best pass completion rating, 86%, but I'm not playing my defensive midfield formation anymore, so he's not getting a lot of playing time. Macon, 4 players of the match awards. Sergio, 8 yellow cards. Nicola, 1 yellow card. Is it league stats? Our 22 matches played, our 46 goals are 4th highest, our 21 goals are 6th best. We're 6th highest for yellow cards. We were 15th highest for red cards. I don't think that's updated yet. And we're still, well, the stadium is maxed out. But they said we're getting a new stadium. I don't know when, but we're getting a new stadium. That's what they told me. So, budget-wise, we're doing really well. I've still got 52 million euros in the bank, and I've got almost 800,000 euros of payroll budget to play with. I mean, if I wanted to, let me see something here real quick just to see what would happen. Yeah, I could go to 74 million on the payroll, or 74 million on the transfer, but I don't see a reason to. I'll put that back to where it was. Nothing's jumping out at me in terms of player-wise. I don't think we really need to improve anywhere. I think the players we have need to get better, and that's only going to happen with playing time. We've got a solid squad. It's just we need to get a little bit better to start contesting the PSGs and Lyons on a regular basis. So Kaplan was the first step towards that. Orlov is 4-star. Current ability is going to be 4.5-star probably in the year. But players like Flores, Macon, Ruiz, those guys need to start leveling up as well. And if they don't, then maybe we have issues. So, if you did like what you seen or heard, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel for more content. questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I'll answer those as fast as I can. My name's FM Jellico, and this has been the 100th episode of the Return of Gloria with SC Boston.